My name is Padma, and I've been a Putney parent for a year now. The other day I was telling some friends about how great Putney would be for their child, and I realized that I had so much information to tell them that I had never received as a prospective parent. So I just wanted to pass along some information in case it's helpful in making the decision to attend Putney, or in case you've already made the decision and this might be helpful in helping you feel comfortable about the decision that you've made. First of all, you should know that your child's going to be really well taken care of at Putney. In addition to 2 adult dorm parents, there's also a student dorm parent, and in addition to that, every teacher at Putney has 6 students that they act as an advisor for. So you can call your advisor at any time, or you can send an email to your advisor, and sometimes they send email letters to you even if you don't ask for it, just to let you know how your kid's doing and what they're up to. So that's a really nice thing about Putney. The community is a really nice size. I think they keep it to between 240 and 260 students. And they told me that's because that's about how many names a human being can remember. So it's really important to all the teachers that they know all the kids, and to everybody in the community that they know each other and they keep an eye out for each other, and they have created a really sweet environment there where the kids can feel good. I'd like to take you inside into my computer so that I can show you some of the really excellent resources that Putney provides for parents, so that you can keep track of your students, keep an eye on your students, care for them even though you're far away. We live in Thailand, so a lot of these tools are really, really important for me. So I like to keep all my bookmarks handy as it pertains to Putney. I like to keep the curriculum handy, and I like to keep the faculty handy. So when we talk, I can ask him pertinent questions about the classes he's taking. And if he mentions a teacher, I can look up the person. I can just see what he can tell me about that person. Oh, and I can know what college they went to, and if I ever need to reach the person, I can feel comfortable doing that. And when he tells me about his science teacher, I can feel like I feel some connection, even though we're so far away. And sometimes he talks about Pete, who works with him in the barn and is also his advisor. And then very easy to reach everybody. So that's a good, handy thing. Another super cool thing is the Veracross. They call it the parent portal. And it's great because it shows you can look at the classes and the students' reports and the daily schedule. So like today, I know here's the date. I can know what time he's getting up. Oh, they have sing this morning. It's project week, so it shows me the project blocks. He's playing sports this afternoon. And this is project week, so it's a little bit unusual. We can look for a previous schedule from a previous week. So before, this was a normal day schedule. So he has a photography class. Conference block is a really cool thing at Putney. Every student is unscheduled, and every teacher is in their classroom available to help kids with their homework, answer questions, help solve problems. So this is a time when the children really get to figure out how to be responsible. If they do their homework during conference block, then they're free in the afternoons. But if they don't do their homework during conference block, then they have to figure out another time when they do it. You can see through the week, it changes. They have department meetings. Oh, he's got his college planning seminar, so I ask him about that. Milk lunch is a little snack they take. Wednesdays are a lighter day. I think they have just half days. Thursday, of course, is sing and woodworking again in the evenings. So you can see their afternoon activities. You can see their whole program. And if you go back to the student overview, you can see the daily schedule, but you can also see their current class schedule. So that gives you a map of their whole week. And you can see each class meets 4 times a week. So for example, American Studies 4 times a week. His calculus class is 4 times a week. Sports is dark green. His conference blocks are pale blue. And then their work job in the morning is pink. If we come back to this main page, you can see progress reports every few weeks. It feels like twice a term they get a report. So here's the first progress report that he got. And this was really only 5 or 6 weeks after he had gotten there. And then at the end of the first term, he got this other report that included all of his classes. It's really nice. The teachers write it directly to the students and give feedback on their work. And then he gets a project week report. Jules actually took 2 project week projects, and he got a report for each of those. And then he gets a report for his afternoon activity as well as his evening activity. And he took 2 evening arts, so he also got songwriting. And then they also got a report on their breakfast crew job, whatever his work job is. That term, it was breakfast crew. So it feels really thorough, and you get a good feeling knowing all the things that your kid's up to. If you go back to family resources, you can see a whole bunch of other ways to contact people. I don't have many complaints, but the one thing that I don't like at Putney as a parent living overseas, far away, Thailand's across the planet, we're a 12-hour time difference half of the year, is that there are a lot of short breaks. There's a week off in the middle of the term, there's a long weekend in the middle of the term, and for me, knowing that the school's closed and that my child's going to have to leave the campus to stay with strangers, it's not a good feeling. So I've been really happy with this other resource. So when he was invited to stay at Merlin's house for the break, I wanted to know how to contact that family and look it up, and then I can see, oh, here's Merlin, and then I can contact his parents if I want to, and I know how to reach them, and so that helps you feel a little bit better about the breaks. And then I also made some nice connections there. Another cool thing is Spend Putney. So every kid has an account, and then you can see the balance at the school store. So if you want to know how much they've been spending, you can go to Summary and choose a date range. And then you can see how much you spent all term with really clear details. So you know they're still brushing their teeth, they're getting their SAT registration under control. So I like to know that he bought chips and popcorn and a kind bar. My friends were asking me about colleges because I think there's maybe a worry that Putney parents might have that there's not enough focus on academic rigor, and that when it comes time to go to college, your child might not be as prepared as if they went to a more conservative school. So this is like my favorite page. It's a college application resource. So if you go to colleges, you get an option to look at the colleges that the student's thinking about. And here you can see that he added some colleges, the parents, we added some colleges, and his school counselor added at least one college. And if you're interested to know more about that college, you can visit the college's own website. But this program has its own college homepage where it shows you a little bit about the college, how much it costs, the acceptance rate, the deadlines. But also, it puts in your own child's data so you can see how their GPA compares to other kids who are applying. And it looks like this is a good school for us to consider. My favorite thing is if you go over to the admissions tab, it shows you that this school, the X's are Putney students that have applied to this school and didn't get in, and the check marks are Putney students that applied and did get in. And this little blue circle is where your student falls. So you can see that kids that had lower scores than him got in and didn't get in, and kids that had better scores than him didn't get in, but also some that did get in. So you can look at this for any college that you're interested in. I went to Reed College, and if we go back to that admissions tab, you can see Reed accepts 31% of its students, but it looks like a lot of Putney students apply to Reed, and more than 31% of them get in. It looks like Reed is the kind of school that really likes Putney students. The blue dot means waitlisted or unknown. I'm not sure what that means, but you can see that there are a lot of check marks there. Let's look at some other schools. The family I was talking to was interested in Harvard. So here's the Harvard University admissions page, and their acceptance rate is 5%. But the family was excited to see that 3 Putney students have gotten in. That's much higher than 5% of the applicants. Let's look at University of Edinburgh. My mother's side of the family is from Scotland, so we'd like to consider some Scottish universities as well. And if you look down from the University of Edinburgh, it shows you that only 4 Putney students have ever applied there, but all 4 of them got in. If we go back to the homepage, you can see other schools that might be interesting. So for example, the Imperial College of London, it looks like no Putney students have ever applied to that school, so it's not like there's every college in the world on here. University of Colorado in Boulder, a much higher acceptance rate. Yeah, and you can see Putney students do really well there. Let's check out MIT. They only accept 8% of their students, but looks like 2 check marks are on top of each other here. It looks like 3 Putney students have gotten in. There's one there with a 3.93, another student with a 3.96. So that's higher than 8%. You can see that he put Cooper Union as his first choice of school. And if we go and check that out and go over to the admissions page, you'll see that even though they accept 13% of the applicants, no Putney student has ever been accepted to their program. He's hoping to be the first green check mark there. But this website is so cool because it shows you everything that the school likes and requests, so you can make sure that you're on track to do what you need to do, things that aren't important for them, all their deadlines, all their information. So I've been really happy with this resource. I hope that was helpful. Feel free to leave me any questions in the comment section below. And if you'd like to see the scattergram for Putney applicants to the college of your choice, just let me know and I'll send a screenshot to you. Good luck. Goodbye.